And team and everyone just yeah, thank you. And everyone, we will have a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. If you have any questions in between, please feel free to post in the chat, and then Swati, myself, and Mr. Dhananjay would moderate those questions at end of the session. So over to you, Swati.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Sachin. Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining for today's webinar. So first of all, I would like to thank everyone for joining the webinar for ThinkSabio. Today, we have a speaker, Sairam Yeruva. And also, I would like to take few minutes to talk about our organization, TTA organization, what we do and who we are. So our organization is Telangana American Telugu Association, which is a socio-cultural non-profit organization founded by Dr. Paila Mallareddy Garu, with the mission to promote, preserve our culture and give something back to the community that we live in. We have an advisory council chair, Dr. Vijay Pal Garu, and co-chair Dr. Harnath Garu, and who have scaled the organization to this mission. We have our executive council and for constituted recently joined, headed by our president, Dr. Mohan Reddy Garu. He's an president. So I would like to, if president, if anyone wants to talk on behalf of TTA, please have few words about our TTA. Okay. So
do we have anybody from our executive team? Let me check once.
Yeah.
I see Mr. Divakar Garu. He is also one of our BOD.
Yeah. Hello, Divakar Garu. He is a BOD. Divakar Garu is the board of director. So Divakar Garu, if you would like to talk few words, you're welcome to talk.
Yeah, good morning, Andy. Good morning. How are you? This is Divakar from Gendia from Boston. Basically, TTA is a volunteer service, community service organization, and we committed a lot of events. And particularly, I want to focus on the COVID. Recently, like a couple of months back, TTA, well organized, created a COVID task force, and we saved nearly 100 families, finding oxygen, bed, and plasma, and other kind of stuff. And TTA really committed. We saved a lot of lives, and also we provide injections and other kind of medical treatment, medical advice. So TTA, we did a lot of committed, lot of events, and every month we're doing medical events and a lot of investment and educational training also. And TTA, what we're going to do, we're going to start a training session, training group, and we're going to conduct some trainings, cloud training, AWS, Azure, and other kind of stuff like that. So, and particularly, I will thanks to the Atlanta team and Mr. Venkatetti Garu, and they initiated a lot of events from Atlanta team. Okay, and thanks for joining the webinar. Okay, please, if you have any questions, and we have Q&A session is there, and our expert moderators will answer the questions to you. And also tomorrow, 11 o'clock, we're conducting a webinar on men's health. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock, please attend. And basically, we talk about men's health issue, and the two expert doctors from urologists from US and India is going to join. Okay, thanks, welcome, joining the meeting. Thank you, Swati. Thank you, Sachin. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Divakar Garu, for the kind words. I think, Swati, we are almost at 11:37. Handing over to you, we can hand over to Mr. Simon to start the session. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we have any other executive director or executive team on the call who want to chime in and add a couple of words. If not, then we can jump into the session.
Okay, I'll just give a minute if anyone wants to talk. Okay.
I think you can start now. Yeah,
I'll start. Okay. So today, we have our speaker, Sairam Yeruva Garu. I would like to talk few words about him. So Sairam Garu, he started in 1997 he gave promise like that he will build a school back in his hometown, and finally he achieved his goal. And he's helping a lot of students back in India, merit students, giving scholarship, and he's doing a lot of help to them. And in 1998 he came to USA and worked at BCB, Blue Cross Blue Shield, for almost 10 years. And he's also having a software company, IT company, where a lot of employees are working under his company. And even I'm one of the employee for his company. And in 2018, surprisingly, he captivated by an article in CNBC about the greatest investors of all time, Jim Simmons. And finally, he have founded the ThinkSabio. And he's working on this mission for almost 3 years. And even I was one of the member of the ThinkSabio. He started initially with 5 members, and now he have almost 12,000 members, and he have great followers for ThinkSabio. So yeah, so I would like to hand over to Sairam Garu to talk about ThinkSabio and help us how to grow rich.
Thank you, Swati, and thank you all the Telangana American Telugu Association from Atlanta, who have given us a wonderful opportunity to interact with your members, as well as we also invited some of the members. So we greatly appreciate you giving us the opportunity to share our experiences. There's no big deal here. It's just what we found out, we just wanted to share so that everybody can learn and we can ignite the community. So again, thank you all for Telangana Association of Atlanta for giving us this opportunity. So thank you all the members who joined here on weekend. I know this Saturday 11:30 is kind of challenging time frame for all of you, but I see your interest and your enthusiasm and your willingness to learn, and you wanted to get ignited by joining this webinar. We promise you 100% that you will go with an enlightenment of understanding, and you will be empowered by the end of this session is my absolute confidence. And I promise you that you will achieve end of this session. So before I start this ThinkSabio journey, it is very important for you to know who I am, what my success, and what's my failure. So you can understand and you can connect to this mission. So as Swati has already, talked about a little bit, but let me give you a little bit more background. I am from Guntur, Andhra, and I studied in all government schools. And we are a middle class family. We had any other struggles that you have seen in movies, but while I finished my intermediate and I was about to, get into the college, I thought I would go to, and I'm not that great student, to be honest, except, just a merit with first class, but not any other higher. I thought of settling down as a lecturer in India, and I thought of pursuing a mathematical direction. But at the same time, BSc Computer Science introduced it in 1991, and we have no money to pay to get into the admission. So a guy, an industrialist from my village, sponsored to pay to my college. And my dad came to my home and told, hey, Srinivas Kamaneni is the one who paid for your donation, so you need to remember. So that's the background. And then, of course, I finished BSc and then did MCA. And then, I joined, back then, mainframe course was dominating to get a job in 1996, 97 timeframe, if you know that. So to do that, I need another 35,000 rupees to join the course mainframe. And my mom put some gold ornaments and gave me, and, that with that help, I was able to do the course, got into the job. And then I thought there are so many other people may not be able to afford 35,000 to learn the course, so I should start something. So that's where, when I was working, I started an institution to start training the people. But I spent a lot of infrastructure and all that, but I couldn't collect the money from the students. So I ended up with 2 lakh debt. And my friends said, Madi, you can't make money here. You need to go to US to clear your debts. That's where I landed of coming to United States. So before coming to the US, my villagers arranged a felicitation. You are the first one to go to India, to go to US. Then in that felicitation,
I recollected my childhood days where there is no high school in my village. So after 7th grade, I went to, other place to study 8th and 9th and 10th. So since then, it has been burning in my heart that nobody has taken initiative to build a school. So on that day when they were doing the felicitation in 97, it came up with no preparation to my mind, or it's not prepared script. And then I promised to my village people that, hey, I'm going to US. After I go there, I promised to build a high school in this village. And accordingly, I came after a few months to US, and then first I cleared my debts, which I have 2 lakh debt. And then after that, I started working towards building the school. It has been complete. And, since then, we've been supporting scholarships to the schools. But, after working 10 years in Blue Cross, then one of my friends suggested I should start a consulting company. Then, I started the consulting company, and, we worked to build that. But, unfortunately, what happened, if you're all in immigration side, you may be knowing back in 2010, in order to file H-1Bs, you need to have a project to file. But some of the challenging situations who came from India, H4 or the spouses, they have experience in India, but they don't have a job here because they don't have visa. They don't have visa because they don't have a job. So in that situation, many people were following to, using in-house concept, and then, file H1. Once they get the visa, then they, send it to the job. Unfortunately, I followed the same path, although that was not following the immigration rule. And then I accepted the mistake and I served my time, and, I took the full responsibility. So that was a failure in my life. If I were to admit honestly, truthfully, yes, I did break the rule and I was ashamed of that and I would never do that. But that was a failure. But, during the same time frame, I came across this article, which you are seeing here right now. This was, as you see the article, May 30th, 2018. Before that, actually, in 1998 and 99, I invested in stock market without knowing anything because, somebody in the room or my roommates were investing. And then I invested too, and I lost money, around $17,000 or so in 99 and 2000. Then I said to myself, okay, this is not going to work out for me, and I will never touch stocks or investments in my life, perhaps. That was what I felt in 2000, 2001 timeframe. And then I left it as is, and I never touched it until I read this article, as you are seeing here, 2018, May 30th. Unexpectedly, I read this article. I was not supposed to read this, but for some reason, I read this article. So that day, when I read this article, this caught my attention. I was like, who's this man? Who's this James Simons? And what is he trying to do? He's trying to earn per hour $192,000. Who is he? That really ignited me on that day. And then I just went to the Google immediately and then said, who is Renaissance Technologies? Then I came to know that he's into the stock market. That day, I thought like, what is happening in the stock market? I thought this is not good where people lose money. How this guy is making $192,000? This is 3 years ago. How is he making per day 4.6 million? And 2017 earnings is 1.7 billion. Is this really true? Or that was like excitement and curiosity and enthusiasm. So many things flown, and I read this article. So after I Googled it, I came to know that he's into the stock market. Then I thought, okay, stock market has this kind of power. I didn't know back then. Maybe, I thought, okay, maybe I don't have that kind of the knowledge. Maybe if I follow Renaissance Technologies or the other top 10 hedge funds they talked about on this article, if I follow whatever they are investing, if I follow the same, maybe I can make money, is what that thought came to me on that day. And then I said, okay, let's do it. Let's collect this, let's see where these people are investing, Citadel, Appaloosa Management, or, Renaissance Technology, whoever, all these top 10 hedge funds, they listed. I took their names. Then I started, researching further to see if there is any way we can get their data. That is where we started the first journey with ThinkSabio. That's how ThinkSabio was born, to be very honest. So that excitement, curiosity, I started digging to see, is there any way we can find out where they are investing? Yes, of course. As you all know, all these top 10, all these top institutions, which are at least $100 million, all the institutions have to report to SEC, Security Exchange Commission, which is a government organization, as you all know. So all these institutions have to report at the end of the quarter or at the end of 10 days, depends on different types, quarterly filing or, SEC 13D filings, they have to report to the government. So we slowly started collecting the data from that SEC, and then we started gathering a big database, and we compiled and we started learning how these institutions are investing. And then with the given data we have, we started doing a data science, like to see, okay, we have 5,600 institutions we have, and then to see how we can find a pattern in this particular institutions we have. So how do I know where these institutions are investing money, where the money is flowing, right? This is called following the smart money or following the institutions. That's how we started with 10 institutions now, and then we went up with almost right now we have 5,600 institutions data we have, and all of their holdings, all of their stocks, whether they're buying or selling, whatever they're reporting, we collected and kept in our database. So by looking at their data, we are making decisions like a simple mathematical calculations or data science, whatever you're going to say that, and see, okay, how many of them are investing in DraftKings, or how many of them are investing in Tesla, or how many of them are investing in Neo. All these kind of statistical calculations or data science we are doing, and we are following, and we are able to make a good successful returns. Of course, few here and there will fail. I don't want to put a sugar coat that every stock you touch here will be successful. No, that is not true. And as you all know, that few will fail because you're not controlling the company. You're only identifying based on all the different parameters, cash flow, balance sheet, their company revenues, their technologies, the services. All these research is being done by the top institutions and their incredible team who have PhDs, astronomers, or mathematicians, statisticians, number theorists, economists. You name the whirlpool talent, they have it. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, Renaissance Technologies, Citadel, you name it. JP Morgan Chase, BB&T, Bank of America, Mass Mutual, you name, Fidelity, State Street, any of the organizations or any of the financial institutions, they have to report to the government at the end of quarter or at the end of 10 days. So we are pulling the data and giving and identifying the patterns and see where Fidelity is investing, where all these institutions are investing, where all the institutions have been increasing consistently quarter over quarter on particular stock. So we're finding the patterns and then simply following it. It's called belief system. To give an example, if you want to connect, you may recollect in your schooling days, when you're writing an examination, your topper will be sitting next to you. And then when you are able to peep into him or her and you got the answer, and you are absolutely sure, yes, I wrote what he or she wrote, because he or she is a topper in my class. And if I follow what he or she wrote, I'm absolutely sure I'm going to get a good score in the examination. Or to connect to another example, one of your friends will be doing a lot of research on the electronics or real estate or whatever it is. So when he says or he says, hey, this camera is really good, this has good, excellent features, then you will simply follow. You wouldn't do any further research because you believe in him or her, they do an excellent research. So same is the concept we are following here. We are following 5,600 institutions data, and by following them, when Morgan Stanley invests $400 million in DraftKings, I don't mind putting my $40 in DraftKings, and we can see the success. So that is the belief system. We took it back 3 years ago, and we started the journey. And as you all know, I was afraid of the stock market 18 years. If you look at 2000, 2001, I quit, as I told you my story. And until 2018, that is almost around 18 years, I did not touch the stock market. I didn't listen to anyone, or I didn't really see any of the, stock related connection. But just started 3 years ago, I have seen an abundance of success in the stock market by just following these leaders. That is a true success story. I mean, not I sugarcoat or not bringing anything. Since I found out there is a pattern and there is the easiest method, then I wanted to share to the community, and I wanted to, ignite them. Hey, there is a possibilities over here, because all of us usually think, oh, stock market is very difficult because you have to know so many things. You have to know how to calculate, P ratio, Y ratio, and all kind of the stuff. But I am standing here before you humbly that I do not have any knowledge how to read a balance sheet, how to do a P ratio, any of these things. Yet I was able to bring 700% returns in my entire portfolio. 2000, until this February. Of course, market fell, so my returns turned to be 400% and the entire portfolio. So I give you an example. I tell this, I ask a question to myself, or I tell to everybody, hey, if you want to board a flight, say from New York to India, do you need to know the full mechanics of how aircraft works? Or is it okay to repose faith on the aircraft and the pilot and you sit relaxed watching YouTube movies? Well, you don't have to know the full mechanics of the aircraft to board a flight. You have to repose the faith. Same is the concept to be followed here. We repose faith on the financial institutions which have invested millions and billions of dollars. So if they invest $1 billion into a stock, then I invest my $100 or $100,000 or $1,000. I'm super cool because my belief system on Fidelity or on Vanguard or Citadel or Renaissance, I'm sure they must have done their due diligence. That is the concept we followed in our journey. And we have seen a tremendous success, following. Of course, one or few of the stocks may fail here and there because you are not controlling the company. But overall, if we follow these leaders or smart money, we can make successful returns is what we have proven. And we started back then in 2018, early 2019 with 5 or 6. I have to tell you the truth that when I looked at this article, I thought I am only doing for myself. I swear to God, I never thought that this will go out to the community. But as soon as I saw some results coming in and making money, then I thought, man, why can't I share to the others too? Because it's a simple method. Maybe everyone else can benefit too, be honest. Then we started a WhatsApp group, and then, WhatsApp group grew from 5 people to 10 people to 200 people, 250 people in few months. Then the group exploded, and as you know, WhatsApp can't handle 250 people back then. Then we moved to the Telegram group, and then Telegram group slowly started, building it. And then today we have around 11,300 people are in our group. I can show you too, 11,172 people. You can see it on my screen here. So this is the group we have. And, we have been serving the group over 3 years, as you know, from 2018 to here. But, all these 3 years we served at no cost because I was bearing all the expenses, all the resources or building the website and all that. Until, this month, September 1st, we have been serving 3 years at no cost, honestly. And I spent over $250,000, roughly, and it could be more, without collecting any, without subscription or anything. But as we have seen our the success, and many of our ThinkSabians also made tremendous of returns, or they made very good money. Then we thought in September 1st, okay, let us start with a small subscription that everybody can afford it. So we started with $9.99 per month, or a year 99 is very minimal. We thought everybody can afford it. Those who can't afford, we are still serving, with the basic information in the other group where we have 11,000 people. Okay. And if you are interested, we have some testimonials here. I'll play one or two, quick, a minute or two.
After joining years, my portfolio went almost 10 times up. Hi everyone, my name is Veera Vaitla. Sometime last year, my investment is around 40,000 ish, and now because of ThinkSabio data and everything, I'm able to convert that into the 4,000 ish, 400k ish investment. This is all because of purely the data. One of the groups I came to know about ThinkSabio, and I thought of just giving a chance, and I thought of looking to the ThinkSabio. Then
After joining that group, I start to see the stock market in different view, and I started making good amount of money after looking into their report.
I'm Srinivas from ATP, North Carolina market. I was kind of interested and joined this group. And believe me, it's not that big investment, but within no time, it got doubled up. I just want to take this opportunity to thank Sai and all his team.
Hello everyone, my name is Anu. I started using this platform since March 2020. Within a year, I made a really good profit.
Hi everyone, my name is Pavan Panchavati and I'm a physician by profession. I would definitely recommend ThinkSabio team. Whatever the recommendations are, invest into it and have patience. It will definitely pay off. And, thanks again for all the help, ThinkSabio team.
Hey guys, I'm so happy to talk about ThinkSabio. My name is Kalyan Borupadi and I work in North Carolina. It's been an incredible journey with ThinkSabio so far. I've been in the market or on Wall Street trading for almost 8 years now, but I've been with ThinkSabio for just a year, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that I have made more in the last 1 year since I've been with ThinkSabio than in my entire 8 years in Wall Street.
Sabio since July 2020. And I should say that this is the best thing that I've ever found so far. I mean, it's not just about the alerts that they give, it's about the knowledge.
Hello, this is Venugopal Reddy Koluguri. After 1 year, my portfolio recorded highest returns since I started investing. I couldn't thank Sai Garu enough for providing this amazing platform for people like me to achieve financial liberty.
Hi friends, this is Krishnaya. Thank you ThinkSabio admin to help me to grow my portfolio. Special thanks to Sairam Garu to create such a wonderful platform helping people to grow. Thank you.
Hi, myself Balakrishna. I had a zero knowledge about stock market before I joined this group. Their reports are life-changing reports. I started my small trading account in July 2020 with $6,000. I have gained 250% as of today.
Hi friends, this is Abhishek. Yes. Thank you so much to all the advanced team who have been there 24/7. Whenever you request any data, any report, they are there to provide you instant report on those.
Hello team, my name is Surendra. I got very good results, like 30% profit. I'm pretty much happy with that. And when it comes to the support from the team, it's really awesome.
Hello all, this is Dhananjay. ThinkSabio platform suggests and provides reports regarding stocks which trade on US stock exchange with the help of institutional investment data. After 25 days of back testing, I decided that these reports are really helpful and they're gonna help me make right investment decisions in stock market.
Hi, this is Radhika. My sincere thanks to ThinkSabio. I truly appreciate the confidence that they have built in me for investing. I was able to raise my portfolio with the recommendations that ThinkSabio has provided. I truly appreciate all their efforts. Thank you so much.
This has been a wonderful journey so far with the ThinkSabio team. I thank each and every team member for their wonderful support. Special mentions to Sairam. Thank you very much. Keep up your good work, and I hope we would achieve a big lot success together. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anu. One of my good friend, her name is Sujata. She told me about this ThinkSabio team. The data they provide in ThinkSabio is giving much more confidence for us to invest in stocks. Even my 10-year-old daughter, she wants to invest in stocks with her tooth fairy money. Here is my daughter. Her name is Seda, and she wants to invest in stocks with her two-fare money. And then she always tells me like, "Oh, what happened to my stock? What happened to my stock?" Is that true? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye.
Hi, myself Venkata. Well, I wouldn't be in this position without the ThinkSabio, and my heartfelt thanks to Sai Garu for establishing the platform. Thanks all, and congratulations who are also made a success with this ThinkSabio. And thank you.
Hi, good evening. I'm Himanshu. I just wanted to let you know my experiences with ThinkSabio. I mean, profits. Definitely, I'm making more than what I never made in my life.
I just want to say thank you, ThinkSabio Reports, for putting me on game, giving me the tools I needed to become a more seasoned investor. I'm actually brand new. Didn't know anything about investing whatsoever, but ThinkSabio Reports really put me on game. Now I feel more confident by looking at those reports and being able to know exactly and more confident to where I need to invest.
I just want to thank Sai and the team at ThinkSabio for making me a 100% brand new, never investing anything, a more confident investor. The tools that ThinkSabio, the reports that they give are so thorough.
ThinkSabio. I use ThinkSabio through Telegram to find out all the latest in the stock market. They answer questions that I asked, and they were very prompt with their responses. And I would recommend ThinkSabio to anyone who is trying to learn about the stock.
Hello, I'm Monica. One of our friends, we came to know about this ThinkSabio group. Some good stocks like UXIN, CAN, SOS, EBON, CTRM, ZOM. These are the good stocks they picked. And now we are so confident that these stocks will go in a long run. The group gave me a lot of confidence. And I particularly like that ThinkSabio equal to PC square concept. That really, really helped me. Now I'm so confident that our stocks will give us good money in the long run. Thank you, ThinkSabio group.
Okay, this is the feedback, from the ThinkSabians. So I hope that will give you some perspective of
Selling physical products.
what we can achieve here. Okay? So now it's time for me to show what I have done with using this data. Let us see some of the success stories of mine with real. I'll show you my real portfolio live, and then we'll take it from there, and then we'll take your questions. And also I will show you a quick website also in a minute to see what, as you have seen many people talking about the ThinkSabio is giving very good reports and all that stuff. So we'll explore in a minute what is the story over there. So if you look at in a quick diagram, where these are the picks, these are the stocks that I picked along with the ThinkSabians. And then this will give a quick overview of, if you look at it, the beauty here is when we identify the stocks when they are at early stages. For example, imagine, Amazon, when you caught it at $10, right now, it is around whatever, 3,000 or 4,000, right? So that is the old story, but we wanted to have the current story where if you can look at here, NEO, I think many of you can connect to the NEO stock, which is, coming close to Tesla, or at least competitor is what they are calling. NEO is from China, they're developing an electric EV, right? So this particular stock, we caught it when it is literally $2. We started identifying because many of these top financial institutions are invested into it, like Bailey Gifford, or all these kind of big financial institutions invested. So we captured that by following them, and then we invested in NEO when it is literally $2, but I kept adding more and more and more. So my average came to $6.57. So now if you look at it, right, if you look at the NEO, right now, where it is trading, you can easily see, it has gone to $37. But if you look at the 52-week high, it even went up to $66, right? That is the power of, the stock that it can go. So this is how we build wealth And likewise, if you see the JMIA, some of our success stories, right? Some of the picks, if you see SC, this is where we brag more. We caught it literally when it is $27 SC. And today it is looking at around $340, right? If you look at it, CE, SC, realistical case, right? This is the true screenshot, which I will show you real in my real portfolio too. So when you identify the stock when it is early stages, and I invested $30,000 in SC, and today the value, this is latest screenshot I took it. You will see the same value in my real portfolio. I'm going to show it in a minute in Wells Fargo. So $30,000 investment turned to be $358,000, which means I gained $327. I mean, I haven't sold yet, but as of now, this value is here. But imagine if this 325 becomes 400 or 400 becomes 500, and this $30,000 is just growing, just simply growing. This is the power of the stock market, right? When you invest and you leave it out, just like you sow seeds in your backyard, in your home, and seeds are growing, and one day it will become a big tree, and you will be, you will reaping the harvest. Same is the concept here. We try to identify some of the good stocks when they are in the early stages, and then just leave it out. I mean, if you are a long-term investor, if you are a short-term, short-term, well, you can take a profit whenever at whatever percentage of returns will make you happy, right? But we try to encourage the long-term, possibly, but you can take profits at whenever you want to. So if you look at, I'm not just showing one. You may say if you show one, that is only, by accident or whatever, right? If you look at it, I'll show you some of them, and then we'll get into the real portfolio. If you look at Moderna, I think many of you know Moderna because they're giving an excellent, vaccination for COVID-19. But how many of them have the courage or the confidence to invest at the right time and stay in the course is where we remain as an example here. So we invested in Moderna by following Bailey Gifford, many other top financial institutions by following our ThinkSabio data. And then we have 59,000 investment turned out to be $416,000. Well, why to even look at the screens, but rather let's go to the real portfolio itself, right? So you can have a live situation. The SC and all, we can show you, the real scenario, where we have So if you look at, this is a real portfolio as you are seeing here. If you look at SC, right, we invested, 11,000 shares at different intervals, but my average came down to be $27, as you have seen in the screenshot here, right? Here you have seen here 2740 is what it is, right? This is exactly what you are eyewitnessing in the real portfolio, which is, So here, if you look at it, you see it. We bought it at different intervals, on January 8th, 2019 and 10/21, 2019 at different intervals at different price. So this is what called, averaging it. So finally, when I bought at different intervals, my average came down to $27.40. And right now, as you see, the value is $325. So if this, imagine if this goes to $500, which it is going to be happen next 1 or 2 or 3 years, whatever. So your 11,000 shares times, 500 or 1,000 or whatever it is becoming is how you're going to multiply your value, right? So this is SC, and if you look at it, Moderna, right, which we talked about a minute ago. So let's look at Moderna. Sorry, give me a minute. Yeah, sorry, my bad. So here is the Moderna, right? So if you look at this guy, we got it at $56 literally. And right now, as you see it, the value is right now $449. This is almost 698%, which is equal to close to 700% returns in Moderna, right? So if you look at Carvana, many of you know it too. These are all the old stocks, right, which we invested a year ago, pretty much. So Carvana we got at $60, and right now, as you see, it is standing at $329, right? So if you look at the latest examples, this is STJW, which is another stock which we got almost 96% returns. Okay, you may be wondering, I'm only showing the success story. I will show you some of the failures too. So I'm not afraid to share some of the failures. But there's another stock called Sensonics, which which is the diabetes related stock. We got it literally $2.13. And today it gave me 83% returns. It's $182,000 profit. I mean, unrealized gains, I can't say profit because I haven't sold yet, right? But at least unrealized gains is 83%, right? And there is another favorite stock which we called Yuxin, which is a used car in China. And we invested 250,000 shares at $1.94. But right now, you see the value, we got 69% returns and the gain is 337K, right? And if you talk about NEO, which I discussed a minute ago, 662 is our average, and we invested 55,000 shares and it became 2.8 million, which is a gain of 474%. Right? So some of the failures are also there. I don't want to sugarcoat that every stock we pick might be successful. But if you take, let's see the failure stories too here, right? Let's take a Coupang, which is a Amazon version of in South Korea. I invested when it is $44, and of course it fell right now to $29. As again, if we are not in rush, it will come back. Not that every stock we invest will go up. That's not true story. Okay, when you are a long-term investor, when you are using your own money, you will not be worried even if the stock fluctuates. Right? Matter of fact, when it fell, we can buy more so that you can average it if you believe in that stock that it will do well, right? So likewise, we will be picking, the stocks based on the confidence that we are deriving, and then, we can, Coty, which is another favorite company, many of you know, we invested, but here it was down by 13%. As you recollect, there is a quote by Peter Lynch, who is a successful investor. He says, when you invest at least 10 stocks, and if you are successful at 6 stocks, even if 4 fails, you are a very successful investor. Because everybody knows that every stock that you invest may not go, very successful direction. Some will fail. Let us accept the truth, right? That is the reality. But overall, if you do well, what you can do wonders is, I'll give you my real scenario. Okay, I wanted to show you what is the reality here, right? So in 2019 to 2020, 1 year, I invested $1.1 million, in Robinhood. By February 10, 2021, it became $10 million. This is real, which means 776% returns we gain using our ThinkSabio data. But when I transferred to Webull, because of my challenging situations with the scenarios I encountered, as I told the story, I was pushed out from Robinhood. Now when I moved to Webull, the value became 8 million, because the stock market fell from February. And then again, I got into the Wells Fargo, the value came down to 6. But with the leverage that I have, I was able to, right now, I took some of the margin because I gained a lot of, 1 million to, 10 million, whatever. So right now, this is where we are standing. 1.1 became 5.9. If I sell it right now, tomorrow morning, Monday, then I'm looking at 412% returns is what our journey is. Sky is the limit for your investment. We're not talking about, you can put $100, $1,000, $100,000, whatever it is your sky is the limit for you, right? So let us go now to see what we have done in ThinkSabio website, right? So why are we able to make very good decisions in the stock market? I'll show you. There are so many, I know, because I came from a background that I don't know anything about stocks. So I always thought, how do we make this a simple and a common man or woman, or even students, or high school students will be able to understand our data and implement it and invest and become successful. The main reason I was thinking about is also about the students, because I came to know about stock market when I'm at 46 years old. I was too late in the game. Then I felt so bad. I wish I had known this when I was, as soon as I came to this country, or, at the earliest stages. So I don't want that. What I missed should not be missed by many students or the young population. So we wanted to ignite the young community, young student community also. That's why, we are going to the schools and we are giving this tool free for them. And we are planning to do a lot of good stuff. And we have, taken few of the students community and we ignited them. I have some video I'll show you at the end too. But right now, I think it's very important for you to understand what exactly our reports are doing it. Right? For example, let's take NEO, right, which we were talking about, the stock NEO, right? And what exactly we are trying to see in the report, I will go over it. Okay. So in the report, what we did, it's all numbers. You don't have to know anything. It's just pure numbers. Okay. Here in the numbers, what we're trying to do is in the first section, we show the latest 2 quarters. So how many institutions invested into this stock, right? In Q1 of 2021, there are 566 institutions invested. In Q2, there were 627 institutions invested, which means the institutions count went up by 10%. So that is a good confidence for me. It's all when you're investing or when you're writing an exam or whatever you're doing, when you're going for a job, you need to have confidence and you need to have courage. And of course, patience is required for in any of these scenarios, or when you're preparing for an exam, job, or whatever. The same is the case even in stock market. That's why, in one of the feedbacks, somebody said TS is equal to PC square. PC square stands for P stands for patience, and C stands for confidence, and another C stands for courage. So we are trying to gain that PC square by looking at the reports. Okay. So here we give the counts out of the 627 institutions, who newly bought or who increased their shares, increased their counts, and who did not change their shares in NEO, and who reduced their shares. These are the institutions count. We have broken down the 627 institutions by 5 type of activities. Either you or any institutions can only do 5 activities with the stock market, in the stock market. Either you buy when you don't have the stock, that's called newly buy, or let's say you have 10 Tesla shares and you increase it another 10. So you are increased by 10 shares. Or you have 10 shares, you reduced 5, that means you reduced it. Or you have 10 shares and you did not change in the next quarter, that is no change. Or you have 10 shares, you sold off all 10 to pay your college kid fees, that is sold off. There are 5 type of activities which we have taken into consideration, and we break it down by that concept, right? So, and here we provide price history to show what is the story of the Tesla, right? NEO. Sorry. So what was the highest price for the NEO was $66, and it was on February 9th. So what is the current price? $37. So if it were go back to the $66, you are talking about 76% gain over there, right? So here we are trying to show, so those who are not taught, thank you. So here this is a very good feature which I loved it, right? Here we are showing the institution counts in a very nice fashion so that you can understand the pattern. Let's see if here on Q1 2020, there are 221 institutions invested in NEO. When it goes to Q2 2020, the institution count went up by 277. And when you go to Q3 20, institution count went up by 384. And Q4 is 566, Q1 566, and Q2 latest is 627, which indicates the fact that, right, your counts are going up. The institution counts are going up every quarter from the last 5 quarters or 6 quarters. So what does that indicate in a mathematical term, right? Institutions count is going up, which means the existing institutions are staying as they are, but the new institutions are getting added up. That's why you are gaining the confidence. That's what you do in reviews too. If more people are buying a property in a particular subdivision, everybody wants to get into there because there is something good out there, right? That is the concept we follow too. And here you see again the share activity. You have 627 institutions are present at the end of the Q2, And now we are showing what is the activity of those 627 institutions. So 238 institutions increased their shares in NEO, and 154 reduced it, and 140 new institutions newly bought, and 95 did not change, right? So that is what we are trying to show. And we took top 10 hedge funds, which you have seen in the article that I've shown, and then we show a comparison. Think of this example. There are, in the state, there are hundreds of millions of examinations they will write, but there is only top 10, the rankers, they will announce it. Likewise, these are the top 10 hedge funds which have done a brilliant work in their financial journey. So we took those 10 institutions and we always compare whether they are present in NEO or not, just to get you confidence building, right? So here, if you look at it, you can see this is the nice presentation, team, all of you, because no one in the United States have presented like this. That's why we are unprecedented. This will give you a very good picture of what is the behavior of the D.E. Shaw, David Elliott Shaw. He's a billionaire. And Renaissance Technology, you have seen it. He's a billionaire. Millennium Management, Two Sigma, Tiger Globe, Bridgewater, Citadel. These are all the multi-billion-dollar, individuals or hedge funds. So when you see what they are doing, then you will gain the confidence. And that's where we are following them too, right? If you look at it here, D.E. Shaw, he has 11 million. He reduced a little bit because they want to make profit through, right? They have to sell some to gain profits. And if you look at Renaissance, he doesn't have in position in Q1, but he got 5.2 million shares he newly bought, right? So likewise, you look at who is present and what they are doing. Are they increasing or decreasing? And that way we make decisions based on this. These are the top 10 institutions. So who is there here? Tencent Holding, which is very popular in China, right? If they have 175 million shares they have. So you look at it and then you try to build confidence here. Bailey Gifford, which I've talked to you, so many times in this call. And then, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, Goldman Sachs. Everybody knows Goldman Sachs. They have, if you look at their history, they have 8 million in Q3 2019. They made it 10, and 12. They reduced it. They added again, and they added again here. So if you look at the behavior from the last 4 quarters, they have 8 million, became 10, 10 became 19, and 19 became 21 million. So they kept, increasing more as they see more value over there. If you see here, Norges Bank, they don't have in this particular Q1, but they added in Q2. So by looking at this kind of an individual report, we are trying to make decisions of, what we can do here with this NEO, right? This is one stock. You can put any number of stocks and then you can do it. And here there is in so many features. I don't think we have time to cover every one of them. But here, let's say you have 2 symbols and you are confused, or you wanted to know whether you wanted to buy NEO, or there is another Chinese called XPEV, right? You wanted to know which one is better. That's where we give compare symbols, right? So in the compare symbols, we make your life easy. So if you wanted to go by the growth, which one will give you more % of returns? So if you look at NEO, you are going to get 76% returns, expected to get. Okay? And XPEV, there is a possibility for you to get 93% returns. But that is when you look at % of returns possibility. Let's say I wanted to look at the institutions count, where there is majority of the institutions, then you are looking, NEO has 627 institutions, confidence and courage and belief, while only 282 institutions are believed into XPEV. Now you have the decision-making capability. Okay, which one I wanted to go? Do I believe when there are more institutions? Then obviously I go with NEO, because there's a huge difference of 282 believing XPEV versus 627 believing in NEO. So this is one good feature of ThinkSabio, where you can make comparison symbols. You can put more than 1, 2. I just put 2 to show you. But let's say you also wanted to know NEO is good, or XPEV is good, or let's say Workhorse, as you may have heard about Workhorse. This is also EV company. Now you can take a comparison between these 3 guys, right? Now see where there is a more possibility. Well, Workhorse has 390% possibility returns. The reason how we are calculating is we take the 52-week high. So the 52-week high for Workhorse went to $42 from Right now it is $88. So if it were to go back here, that's where we are saying 391% returns is possible. So if you look at the institution count, 627 believed into NEO, and XPEV is only 282, but Workhorse is only 239. So you know what to make a decision, right? So that's where we are coming along with it. And there is another beautiful feature is, let's say you believed in Morgan Stanley, because many people know about Morgan Stanley. All you have to do is come here, put the Morgan Stanley name, or you type it up, it will pop it up, and then you click on it. And here we show their entire history. Since whatever the quarters of data we have, you can see what they have been doing. I have 12 quarters of data we are displaying here, right? You can see, and then there's so many features here. Let's say I wanted to know what are all the new stocks that he bought in this quarter 2, right? So I come here and then I put it on this newly bought filter. Then, these are the newly bought, stocks that they invested, Morgan Stanley. Yes, Vimo, AGL, IS, Coin, Path, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Or you wanted to know in the filter, hey, I can only afford, my maximum I can afford is $25. Tell me what are the stocks Morgan Stanley newly bought, which are in $25 price range. Sky is the limit, my friends, in the website. Sky is the limit, whatever you want to do it. So here you can see whatever the stocks he newly invested and which are in $25 price range. So now you can see what you want to do. OTLY is the stock where we have invested right now in our current portfolios. This is our highest belief one. So here, likewise, there's so many things you can do. You can, let's say you are interested in only one particular sector where you wanted to invest. Let's say I wanted to know in basic industries, that Morgan Stanley newly bought and it is in my $25 range. So you can come here and you have 5 picks. I mean, it's just sky is the limit what you want to do. And I'll show you another wonderful, beautiful feature is, let's say you believe 3 institutions. Let's say you believe in Morgan Stanley and you believe in, sorry, I take compare institutions. Okay, so here you are comparing the institutions. Morgan Stanley you love or you believe, and then you also believed in Goldman Sachs, for example, and you also believed in Bailey Gifford, right? Now, and you wanted to know what is the commonality between these institutions, right? So let's say you 3 believe blindly. You believe Morgan Stanley, you believe Goldman Sachs and Bailey Gifford. Now you wanted to know what are these 3 guys newly bought stocks. The 3 of them have the commonality, right? So that is the more important here, right? So what is the commonality is OTLY is OTLY, what is Oatly Group, which is a food related Swedish company, where we all invested right now as we speak. So this is the three institutions who you believed, Goldman and Bailey Gifford, Morgan Stanley, 3 of them invested in OTLY. I mean, what else you want? You believed it. That's why you are doing the compare institutions. Now you wanted to make a decision. This is like, right, your favorite hero movie is releasing, you go, no matter what. The same is the concept. You believe in these 3 financial institutions and they newly invested in OTLY. Now your decision making capability. Yes, Morgan Stanley, Bailey Gifford invested 23.8 million, almost $24 million, 24 million shares invested in OTLY. And Goldman Sachs invested 697,000 shares and Morgan Stanley invested 134. Now you have the confidence. It's like imagine if Lord Anjaneya comes inside you, you can lift the mountain, you can move the mountain, because it's not your power, it's the Lord Anjaneya who got into you, is making you to lift the mountain. Same is the concept. It is not you who is investing. I mean, you are the one who is investing, but where is the confidence and courage is coming to you? It is coming from your believed institutions, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and Bailey Gifford. It's very simple. And here you can put whoever you want. You believe in ARK Investment Management, Kathy Dewood, she's very popular off late, or JP Morgan Chase, whoever you want. And you wanted to believe, you believed in Fidelity, you go ahead and you put like Fidelity. Okay. FMR, sorry. FMR LLC. And let's say you believed in Morgan Stanley also, and let's say you believed in Bailey and you believed in UBS group, right? This is also $1 billion institution. And I believed in, okay, Citadel. This is another powerful institution. Okay. Now I wanted to see what is the story for them. What is the newly bought? Is there any commonality between them? Right? And let's see if there is any commonality, if there exists. Yes, there is a OTLV, they all bought, all 5 of them. There's no kidding. When 5 of them are giving you confidence, what else on this universe you need? Because you are the one who choose the 5 of the institution because you believed into them. That's another wonderful feature we have. There's no other financial institution in the United States is giving the data that we are presenting, period. That is the whole reason I even started, because when I started the stock market, when I looked at Motley Fool or whatever available back then, Fintel, I was not satisfied. I thought, what is going on here? I'm a common man. I don't know when you throw the data, what to look at it. You tell me in a plain English, what is my confidence? Where can I derive the confidence? Where can I get the courage? That's why, it helped me to start this ThinkSabio, because somebody ignited me. And another reason is I worked in Blue Cross Blue Shield, as told by Swati Garu, that I worked in Blue Cross 10 years doing the reporting work. I'm a data analyst there. I worked in SAS and mainframe and all that back then. And I've done tons of reports for the healthcare industry. That's the knowledge I have used, and I developed these reports. Of course, I used some of the team, but the basic template I got, it was from my prior healthcare experience. So if I present the data like this, yes, this will be useful when I'm making a decision. So that is how we started. There are so many features. I'm afraid I don't have the kind of time, but there is one other feature I also wanted to show you is SC13D, where you can get the latest reports. Since this is, so this, I have to explain you one quick concept. There are 2 types of data we get from the government or SEC. One is a quarterly data, which you get it at the end of the quarter, 45 days is over, you get the data. That's where you will be lagging around whatever the days. And now there is another concept called SC13D, where an institution, any institution, when they acquire 5% or above of any company stake, they have to report to the government within 10 business days. So any stocks you see under this report, they're all bought by within 10 business days. For example, this is a classic one. IRNT, which we discussed yesterday, not yesterday, sorry, on Friday in our group, that, hey, IRNT has a lot of statistics because there are 7 institutions lately bought it. Lately meaning just in 4 or 5 days or 10 days ago. And we recommended this stock, and and on Friday it gave almost 34% returns. It may be a timing, but we have a logical reason why we are concluding the data. 34% returns we got it, right? So the reason is it's not my intelligence, it's data intelligence. Data is saying that there are 7 institutions. You look at the data here. I'll give you live proof, right? You look at the data here, right? If you sort it, on September 10th, which is on Friday, yesterday, we got one institution reported that they bought 6.7 million shares. Here you see this newly bought. And on September 8th, which is 2 days ago or 3 days ago, Thursday, there is another institution reported 10 days ago. Remember, from September 8th, you have to minus 10 days because when they reported on September 8th, which means they must have done the transaction 10 days ago. But we only come to know on this day because that's where they reported. So on that day, we know on September 8th, there are 6 million shares bought by this institution, is KPCB Digital. Then you may wonder, why do I believe KPCB? Well, you just take this name, go to Google and put it, and then research whether or not you want to believe this institution. So on September 7th, Forgepoint Cybersec has bought 10.3 million on September 7th. And on September 7th, there is one more transaction. So if you look at it, in September, in 4 days, on 7th, you have 2, 8, 1, and 10. In 4 days, you have 4 institutions reported that they bought IRNT. So what is that? It can tell us in mathematical terms, in a logical or common sense terms. Well, there is something going on there. That's why many institutions are investing. If these institutions are investing, they have their team. They are doing the research. They are the one who go and talk to physically with IRNT CEOs. And all those 9 yards work, they do it. And that's why they are, we have to believe it. It's called belief system. We have to believe because they invested 6.7 million shares. When you do it 10 days ago, if you look at the price, let's say even if the price is, let's say 15 or 16 or whatever dollars, so that means 6 into 20, almost 120 or 110 million share, $110 million worth they're investing. Why would anybody invest $100 million just for fun, unless they see some, strong growth potential trajectory? That is what the belief system is for us here, right? That's what we are following here. And here we also providing how many institutions counts are there. So all this is going to help you to make a decision. That's all we are trying to do here. So this is the report. We give it on a daily, every day morning. It starts at 6 o'clock and it will run all the way to whatever time it ends. So you can make decisions. And there's a lot of good information is out there. At the end, we are trying to give you confidence and courage. That's all it is. There's no big deal, right? So this is another transaction which is useful. And we in ThinkSabio combine quarterly data with SC13D and with the volume and the price movement, and then decide, hey, where a particular stock can move. We do, the best of probabilities we can. I mean, we're not going to say 100% this is going to happen. That's a false story. I don't want to say that. But we conclude based on all these data points and say that, hey, this has the probability to move forward. It has the high potential to move forward, is what we're trying to conclude here. It's no big deal. As I say, the stock market is no big deal because this is very simple. Many people complex it. They say, well, you have to wear a blazer, you have to wear, you have to have Ivy League degree, you have to have so and so, you have to know. I read 100 books in library. Forget it. You may read it, you are top, good, very good. But I'm a common man. I'm working in Walmart, or I'm working in a normal job, IT job, 9 to 5. I don't have time. I follow the data. I follow the leaders. I follow the smart money. That's all. I mean, I'm investing close to, few millions, but I never spend more than 10 minutes of my time. There's no need. As I say, the aircraft example. If you want to board a flight from Raleigh-Durham to San Francisco, you don't have to go to the library and read all how the aircraft works. You don't have to. All you do is you buy a flight ticket, set it along with your YouTube videos, right? That's the concept. And one last one I wanted to show. I know my time is already over by 10 minutes. I hope you all excuse me. One of the favorite features in ThinkSabio, which I love it. There's two more features. I don't know I have time, but I wanted to show this one for sure. And this one is institutions increased, right? This is where you wanted to see where the institution count increased, a quarter over quarter. Let's say I wanted to pick 6 quarters. What are the stocks where institutions count increased? This is going to be the killer feature. If you look at this example here, right? PayPal, Nvidia, or whatever the stocks listed here, which means this institution count every quarter went up. Every quarter. If you look at it, 1,748 institutions in quarter 20. It became 1964. It became 2105. It became 2372, 2406, and latest is 2482. What does that indicate to me? The institution counts keep going every quarter, which I selected 6 quarters. So 6 quarters, if the institutions are increasing on a particular stock, that means it has something like a movie says in Siddhartha movie, right? So something like that. Here there is something going on. So which we have to
Shriman, come down.
Right. So likewise, here you can say
make the beds in master bedroom and your bedroom.
No, you have 10 institutions count, right? You have 10 quarters. I want to take data and I wanted to see which of the stocks they are increasing it here. Let's see here. There's 10 quarters on this particular stock, ARKK, which is ARC Management or Kathy Dewood ma'am, or Shopify, which everybody knows now. It went like crazy. It went up to $1,400. I bought it when it is around 300 or 400 kind of range. Of course, I don't have right now, but at least we got it back then. But if you look at it, Shopify, you see the institution count going up for 10 quarters. My friends, 10 quarters is what? 2.5 years. So this is going to give me a confidence. Well, why 10 quarters institution count is going up? There's no kidding. And then now here I come and I put, okay, my maximum capacity that I can buy stocks is only, let's say, $35. So I want, what I'm trying to essentially say is, 10 quarters, the institution counts are going up every quarter. And what are the stocks which are in my price range of $35? These are the stocks of 18 stocks I am going to see which are available in my price range, and counts are going up for the last 2.5 years, 10 quarters. Here you can go all the way up to 12 quarters too. What are the stocks where the institution counts are going up 12 quarters consistently without a compromise? So these are all the stocks you may want to take a further deep look into why it went up like crazy. 12 quarters, which is 3 years, is no kidding, right? That's another beautiful feature which I wanted to show. There's so much is there, my friends. There's so many filters is there, so much is there. And one last one, I'm sorry, I'm 15 minutes beyond my limit. And there's one last one I wanted to show you is build your own. If you have gone to Chick-fil-A, not Chick-fil-A, sorry. If you've gone to Chipotle or which restaurant, they will ask you to choose what kind of a sandwich do you want. We copied the same concept, and here I wanted to ask you, what do you want? Well, I wanted, my price range is $30, and I want in this year, YTD, year to date percent of returns is, I want at least the stock must have given 50% as of today or as of Friday. And in the last 1 year, I want 100% returns. And in the 5 years also, I want 125% returns. You tell me what stock can I get it in that category? Well, there are 86 stocks which are matching under $30, and this year they have given 50% returns already. You see here, all are green, which means 50 years, 50% had I invested in January 2nd or January 3rd this year, 2021. By now, I must have got at least 50% return in these stocks. Is what my message is saying here in my filter. And the 1 year returns are 100, and the last 5 years is 125% minimum. And you can see here, these are all the stocks, right? I think blockchain and cryptocurrency, those who know, you know what RIOT is, right? Had you invested in the year beginning, and by now you are looking at 79% returns. And last year it gave 954 and 651%. Right? Likewise, you can build your own way how you want it. Sky is the limit here. And now here you can go back and say, well, I want institution counts minimum 250. Otherwise, I won't invest in that stock. And now narrow it down. Well, nothing is coming in that category. So in that case, what can I reduce? So let's take out my, this one. Sorry. Let's put it again. The minimum sale is 30, and I want minimum is 50, and 1 year percentage 100, and then 5 years is 100. And my minimum institution count, I want at least 200 institution count should be there. Is there any stocks matching my requirement? Yes. I have 5 stocks which are minimum $30 in my price range, and institution count is minimum 200. Because if I don't have minimum 200, I don't want to invest. I don't want to take any risk. I want minimum 200 institution count, the stock that I'm going to take. Okay, these are the 5 stocks which are 200 minimum institution counts, and last 5 years is minimum 100% returns, and 1 year 100, and this year I have gotten at least 50%. So these are my 5 stocks. Now I'm going to do shopping again. Within these 5, I want to pick only one. What do I want to do?
Mr. Sairam, a quick time check. We are at 12:45, so we want to give at least 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minits for the Q&A session. And
we'll end it up. I'm sorry.
Last few minutes for our president-elect.
One last thing, team. I think I'll end it up. But those of you who wanted to get into the website, you can go there, and then there's a minimum subscription. You can choose monthly or you can choose yearly. But if you go monthly, it's $9.99. If you go yearly, it's $99, which is your one or if monthly is 1 Starbucks coffee. If you want to compare, if 1 month, 1 year is pretty much 1 or 2 times of your Indian restaurant sacrifice, perhaps. But here we also give health check. There's so many features. I don't think I have time to cover all that. Maybe if you are interested, we can do one more session. But also one more thing is we give $10,000 virtual money. So those of you who are new to the stock market, you can come and use 10,000. You can invest, no cost. I mean, this is a virtual platform. This we have designed keeping in mind the new people who want to learn, and students especially we wanted to them learn how everything else is the same. You can buy and sell, but your limit is $10,000. And we were trying to identify who are doing really good by seeing, who increased the 10K to XK. And we identify the top talented students. So much is there. Okay. Yeah. With that being said, ThinkSabio.com, you just go and explore it, and you can go. And also, we can share our, Telegram. I think Danu or Swati, can you share our old one so that they can get landed into the free Telegram group? And that's maybe a start point. If you think, if you can't afford, or for whatever reasons, or you want to explore, then you can join the free Telegram. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. And now I will take, we'll start the QA session. And I'm sorry I took a little longer, but again, I haven't done really. There's a lot more to cover. But with the gracious help of Telangana American Telugu Association of Atlanta, we can conduct one more session where we can concentrate only on the website. I know a lot of introduction and other things took a lot of time. And also, we have students whom we are igniting. Their feedback is also there. And since we don't have time, I'm not going it. But I just wanted to tell you, this is also there. If you want to look at it, you can go and look at it. I'll play one and we'll end it up.
Yeah, I think Mr. Sairam, if you can provide this links to the put it on the portfolio so we can take it from there, because we only have 10 minutes and there might be a next meeting that we want to start. So we want
Sorry. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. I understand. Yeah, I know there is a lot of data to it and a lot of information, and I see people have been grasping that. But this has been a great interactive session. So now we'll like to open it for Q&A. And I see that Mr. Dhananjay has already been responding to most of it on the Q&A in our chat. But anybody has any question that you want to ask?
Yeah.
So now,
Sairam, I have a question for you. So basically, what kind of membership, what is the requirement is needed? Because, we are not promoting any business, TTA. So basically, we're giving information to our members. So, if you provide, what are the things to need, and if you want to learn, if you want to commit, and what are the prospects, how much cost, what are the things to do? I mean, you can share the information later if you want. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean, we're not promoting, we're just letting them know. As you know, right, we served 3 years at no cost. So
yeah, exactly. Okay.
So that's why I took the privilege to give the presentation. I mean, if I'm doing it right away as a business, I would not have even ventured here. We have served 3 years. Then we took the privilege. Yes, I think it is, at a time that we can be presentable to the common people.
And my other question for you. So right now, the COVID vaccines stocks are going up crazy because they're using mRNA technology. They're developing new ideas, new things. So what do you think about investing money in mRNA like Moderna, Pfizer, BioNTech, and CureVac and Novavax? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Moderna, as we have seen, Moderna has a great data points from our ThinkSabio data standpoint, because many institutions kept increasing it, and it still has a lot more potential. Although it is around 450 range, I think we still believe it will go up. Depends on your appetite whether or not you want to take it.
Because
we see potential.
Booster shots are coming, and there's no end for COVID. Every year we have to take a COVID vaccine like a flu shot.
Yeah.
There's no end for COVID. So
absolutely, it has the demand. And remember, the money that they acquired for the last 1 year, 1.5 years, they are going to use that money and develop more research. They can hire, they can acquire more companies. I mean, it's unstoppable right now. The way it is, the journey it is going.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Divakar, and then thank you for calling that out, right? Because this is a not-profit organization, and we are here to do a community service, and this is just to share knowledge, and then and that's how the ThinkSabio is. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Sai and Mr. Divakar. Moving on to if you do not have any other questions, then
this is Anil.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure. Go ahead.
So when do we think, what is the minimum number of institutions that basically invest in a share? So when do we think it is a good number of institutions that we can rely on?
As high as is possible, absolutely. Or if your believed institution is there, then you wouldn't care about the count. For example, latest example is Euxin. Euxin does not have more than 84 institutions. But there were Bailey Gifford sir is present, and Wells Fargo is present, and Warburg Pincus is present. So we went ahead like a rocket. So it depends on how you wanted to absorb the information, right? Yeah.
So I have a question. Yeah, this is Pawan Rawa, treasurer of TTA. I have a question here. Like Diwakar Garu said, is there any, I know you said you are helping the community for the last 3 years, but I think this is the first seminar you are giving out with TTA. Is there anything, any promotional prize that you can offer for TTA members, like for a limited time period?
What we are offering right now is very, very affordable, my friend. $9 per month is, I swear, we are spending every month $40,000 to maintain the website, building the website, maintaining the data scientists and all the resources. $40,000 per month.
No, I understand. I understand. I mean, I don't want to drag the discussion, but I just want to know.
Let me know what would help your members. Then we can.
Because this is the first time we are hearing about, like, at least TTA. Maybe Atlanta. In Atlanta, you might be very famous, but this is the first time you are being introduced to TTA members. So, what is the advantage for TTA members?
Yeah, we'll talk about that with your TTA. But let me know what else can be more affordable rather than the current one. Then we will look at it. We thought this is reasonable, but if you think otherwise, let us know with the help of the Sachin and Swati, all this team, then we can work on it. No big deal. We'll take a look into it. Okay. But we want to make this affordable and ignite everybody, and they can take advantage. That's what our main thing is. That's why we served 3 years at no cost, because we want to show them what is the endless possibilities we have in this method.
So I think, Mr. Sai, that was just a question from Mr. Pavan. So, when I think we thought of this webinar, we never thought of that there would be a discount or anything. Maybe that's a good option, Mr. Pavan, that you brought up. But because we are just moderating here to make sure that, hey, this is also one of the stocks simplified. So that's how the one of the webinars, right? Never thought of whether there will be a discount or not. But that's a good point. And then maybe Mr. Sai can discuss with our executive team on what needs to happen. And having said that, we still have 5 minutes. And if there are no other questions, then Swati,
I just have a small question here, Mr. Sairam. Thank you so much for such a wonderful information. I just wanted to get, I don't have much time. Do you provide any kind of some sort of a summary, like this is the best peak we can do, like every day or like once in a week?
Yeah, we are doing every day, my friend. Every day it's a festival. If you started, sometimes I miss my gym, which I never did it in my days. I never missed my gym for all my 17 years. But now, off late, I was about to go to the gym room. Then I go to, let me look at this one report. And I'm glued 3 hours, 4 hours, which is unheard in my life history. So that is the kind of research we and our team is doing. And every day we identify some of the trends. Every day, SEC reports 40 to 50 transactions every day. And then we research, and then even in our community, our team members share too. It's not like ThinkSabio. Everybody is a part of the community. It's like crazy. You go, it's like, you will be a millionaire, billionaire direction. I can say it with confidence. There's no doubt in that.
Where to find those information? I mean, is it over the websites or in the Telegram?
No, it's in our group. We have Telegram groups. We have paid and unpaid groups. We have both. So in the paid group is where obviously there's a lot of discussion. And unfortunately, last week we turned to a subscription. Otherwise, when we were planning the meeting too, we were still serving free. But we reached to the point that we need some help from the community, because I spent almost $250K so far. Truly.
So there is a two group I can see is ThinkSabio Invest Wisely and ThinkSabio-BC. So which one to follow actually? I mean,
so one is for a discussion back then. Okay, Wisely we used to discuss back then.
Sai, I think if you don't mind, I can pitch in here quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Invest Wisely and broadcast whatever you see DP. They could be public groups. They were free until last week, as Sai mentioned. And whatever was done there was always share good info. Whatever Euxin brought up, SC was brought up, it was told every day, literally, right? But right now those groups are free, so very minimal information is shared. Otherwise, all you need to do right now is go to www.thinksabio.com. You get the direction, simple direction, everything through the website. Of course, 999 or 99.99, whatever, that part is different. But once you visit there, you land into two groups right now where it is maintained for paid people, wherein one group is for discussion, where every member share good, bad news or any momentum stocks, whatever. And the other group where ThinkSabio, Sai, and their team research and post. Hey, you know what? This is what we found, etc., etc. This could be a potential one. I know we have only 2 minutes. Sai, if you don't mind, if you go to our picks, right, for example, and
Yeah.
it is also present on the website. If you go to our picks, can you pick yesterday's date, for example, so he gets a real view, basically. So if you see 10th September, there won't be any two
Yeah, I
today,
already.
Sai.
Yeah,
You
I
can go
already.
to just date, date range. Can you go to date range? So he gets a real view actually instead of
Yeah, here it is,
in,
right? Today.
no, in the month drop down. Go to month drop down, please. Yeah, date range. Yeah, you just give one date, Sai, 10 to 10 or whatever. Just say 10. No, no, go to, yeah, 10. Yeah, select 10.
Do you have
10
an
and
option
10,
of
please.
free trial as well? Because
So,
I just
so
want to make
DP,
sure that
yeah. No, I think that Sai can answer. But if you see, this is how the picks were sent that day, yesterday, Friday, and this is how they performed, So, so like that, everybody has to do little which I answered over the chart. That's why I took privilege to jump
Yeah.
in and answer. But this is how it works. You got the real picture.
Yeah, and thanks, Dhananjay, and thank you, Mr. Sai. I think all these information is self-explanatory on the ThinkSabio website. And once again, team, this is just to share the knowledge on what stocks and that, Mr. Sai. Rest of the information, if you want to join the ThinkSabio, that's up to your individual decision. And I think whether it's a TTA members, no, none of the TTA members are getting a discount or anything. This is the first time that the ThinkSabio is doing. So just wanted to call that out. And having said that, so we are at 1 minute. Swati, do you want to do a word of thanks? And if you have our president-elect, Mr. Vamshi, we'd have to have a few words.
Oh, Vamshi is not here.
Not here. So Divakar Garu, yeah, will do the vote of thanks. Yeah, Divakar Garu, yeah, please go.
Okay. This is Dr. Divakar. I'm BOD TTA and also COVID task team. Thank you for all your time and support at the short notice and making the event webinar so cordial and success. Thanks to everyone who attended the meeting through via Zoom, Facebook, or YouTube. And is amazing interact session and well coordinated from Sairam Irva, Siva of ThinkSabio. And one thing, if you make money, great. If you let others make money, the greatest. So ThinkSabio is basically easy to stock investment tool, analyze the investor stock data provide, is basically providing information to TTA members, and we're not promoting any business or anything. And also, I'm very thankful to the Dhananjaya and the team providing the sharing knowledge to the TTA members. And we would like to express thanks to Swati, Women's Co-Chair, coordinating the webinar, and special thanks to Ms. Sachin, Smart Sachin, and moderating the webinar, and really immense support for the success webinar. And we are TTA, are blessed to have great platform given by our Telangana American Telugu session, TTA founder Sri Paila Mallareddy Garu, and support given by Advisor Council Sri Vijay Pallareddy Garu, co-chair Sri Harnath Garu. We are very much grateful to our dynamic EC team, President Mohan Garu. And thanks to Mohan Garu for all thought leadership, motivating, insisting, and pushing into serving our community. And thanks to our Vamshi Reddy Garu, elect president, Bharat, Srinivas Gagoni, Suresh Garu, Srinivas, General Secretary Garu, Treasurer Pavan Rava Garu, and other EC team coordinator for the great support. And first special thanks to Venkat Gaddam, really is a great guy, and his Atlanta team and executive director coordinating wonderful events in for TTA members. And also with special thanks to the Atlanta team is awesome, Sachin, and everybody. Team is doing a great job for helping, and Sachin and Trilok, and particularly Zoom call technical assistants. And special thanks to BODs, RVPs, RCs from different chapters, and standing committees, chair, co-chair, not to forget our attendees, our friends and families who made this event a grand success. We promise to come with a more interactive events very soon in coming months. Hope this session was very helpful to you. And I would like to thank everyone who attended the seminar, Zoom, Tube, and Facebook. And it's a great session. Thanks once again. Please attend tomorrow, 11 a.m. Men's Health, medical webinar on men's health. 2 urologists got to attend. And please attend session. Ask any medical questions. And stay safe and stay healthy. Again, thanks for everyone to attend this webinar.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Divakar. Thank you so much, Divakar, for an excellent vote of thanks. And thanks everyone. Once again, happy Saturday. Stay safe. Yeah, have a nice weekend.
Thank you all. Thank you, Swati and Sachin and many of the TTA.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks Sachin and Swati.
Thank you.